Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. Let's say for today's video, I'm also really nervous. I'm excited because I'm trying something new. So it's Tuesday, and on Tuesdays I try to test my palate. Today is more not, I don't think it's really testing my palate, more of like just, it's a new way of drinking a beer that I'm used to. I tried this once, but I did not fully commit. So here's what I'm doing. Oh, and the beer's courtesy of Mike. Thank you so much, Mike. I really appreciate it. This is awesome. So it's, what's it called? Harvester, right? Yeah. Oh, sorry. The Harvester. Sour ale with pineapple, passion fruit, and pink guava. The Harvester is a rotating series of fruit-forward sours exploring how various fruit combinations play off each other in a sour ale. Harvester Slushie. Stick in freezer, wait 1 to 2 hours, open, pour, and enjoy. Do not forget about the beer you stuck in the freezer. This is by Abomination Brewery. So last Tuesday I did a hard seltzer slushie from them. This is actually a beer. This is a sour ale. So similar style except actually beer and sour. A while ago I tried with, I think it was a froth slushy beer, slushy sour. And I didn't commit that long with the beer in my freezer, so it didn't yield too much of a difference. This beer it feels pretty frozen, like it's like really cold. I mean, like I can squeeze it in a little bit, so it's not a solid block. I am super curious, but yeah. So it said 1 to 2 hours. I split the difference to an hour and a half. Let's get into it. Okay, so it's. Yeah. It's so frozen it wouldn't like open. This is gonna be something. You see what I do for you guys? See what I do? Maybe my freezer's on like way too low. Look how much I'm like squeezing the can to get it out. Yo, this is a trip. This is a trip and a half. You know what I should have done? I should have just brought the can opener and like cut the lid off. This is too funny. Alright, so I've done it way too little before. It just did it too much. For science. For science. Oh my goodness gracious, that is too funny. Well, what does this beer look like? It looks like you put a bunch of crushed ice into a smoothie. I mean, it really does. It looks... Yeah, I mean, it looks like a smoothie that has bananas and mango and you know, it's kind of got that dark yellow, orange vibe. Not like a vibrant thing. It's so thick. I mean, there's a lot of darkness to it. I'm wondering with how the light is shining, you know, what you're seeing versus me. But like for me, it's a very dark looking beer. Despite the craziness of it, there is some head sticking to the side of the glass, so that's kind of a trip. I mean, you see what it's doing on the side there. I mean, it's definitely frozen and sticking. You know, I do kind of recall like years. Oh, I did put a hole in this can. Years ago, my uncle leaving beer in a freezer for too long, and I think it was a Jenny cream ale, and it was very slushy. So I guess maybe I have kind of done this. That was a while ago. Anyway, you can see aroma. You get that tartness, and for sure passion fruit. And must just be the sourness. I get this in a lot of sour beers. I'm like, oh, lemon. Lemon's not in it. But I definitely get like a lemon brightness. Yeah, it's tropical, but it is that sour. I mean, very tart, actually. Very tart fruits. You do get like you get very real fruit, which isn't surprising, but then you also get a little bit of where you could see like Sour Patch Kids or something a little bit more artificial as well. A kiss of lime too with that citrus note that I was getting with a lemon, but again, it doesn't have that. I'm not getting the pineapple. passion fruit and pink guava. I'm thinking, and I've said this in other videos, I associate passion fruit with sour beers. So like it's hard for me sometimes in an IPA, for example, to be like, oh, that's passion fruit, where other people will be like, oh, it's passion fruit. Like I'm getting a lot of passion fruit in this. And pineapple, I associate it being sweet. So I'm wondering if maybe because of how tart and sour this is smelling, I'm not, it's not like letting me experience that pineapple. I will say, as goofy as this whole thing is, and it is, let's be honest, this is actually kind of what I'm trying to do on Tuesdays, because it is very much challenging me, at least on the aroma. Yeah, that's really cool. It does have a cool kind of consistency at this point. Let's get into it. Cheers. Mike, I hope you're laughing and not mad about this, brother. That was cool. Like literally, but also like fun. It'd be cool to do this side by side, just one out of the refrigerator, one out of the freezer. I'm assuming a lot of what freezes is the water part of it. So I did get a good level of that sour tartness, but as the slushy part of it melted, it dissipated. And that could just be and that's why it'd be cool to do it side by side with just one out of the refrigerator. That could just be, my palate getting used to it. That could be, just the sip, the experience and what it would be anyway. It could be, as it made me start salivating, it diluted it that way. I don't know. But like a combination of these things, something I'm not thinking about, but definitely a very trippy thing. And that slush, it's super hot today. And like it totally, because the point of this, besides drinking a beer and reviewing it, was that slush thing. And, yeah, this would be really nice to do, probably for my freezer, maybe an hour is the sweet spot, and then to finish it outside in the heat, and it'd just be like a really nice, refreshing beverage that way. Insert, are you really drinking a beer at this point? Comment below, but like, I get it, but also like super refreshing. I do get some of the pineapple in the taste, so that's cool. But it is later on, when it's not quite as intensely bitter or sour and tart, where, yeah, my palate's like, no, let yourself experience the pineapple. It's very much the passion fruit. I get some of that lemon lime thing. Again, not in the beer, in my head. But what's nice for me as I'm trying to expand my palate, my ability to notice flavors and articulate them, pink guava, unmistakably in this. And that's really cool, because that's one I've been struggling with, just because I haven't had the actual fruit in a while. I had some dried a while back, but I gotta find like the real thing soon. I hope it's summertime. I hope it's in season, right? Yeah, that's a trip. That's a trip. This poor can. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is wrap this up. I'm in my basement, so I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to set this on the counter, let it melt a little bit more, and finish pouring it. Maybe I will actually cut the lid off now that I think about it. Mike, yeah, this was awesome, dude. This was great. So thank you so much for sending it. And it is like a delicious beer. I didn't even say that. It's super refreshing. Again, on a hot day, even just out of the refrigerator, this would have been a very refreshing, tropical, but has that sour, tart, salivating thing, which is really awesome. Makes me want to keep drinking it for those reasons. And again, because it's delicious. So I really appreciate it, Mike. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Have you had this beer before? Have you had beers like this? Have you ever done the slushy thing? How long did you leave in the freezer? That's probably the question I should be asking people. How long did you leave in the freezer for? But anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Back to the tasting notes. I am getting that like biscuity thing in the aftertaste, which I get in sour ales quite a bit. And I wonder if I'm getting it so late because of the frozenness. But anyway, once you're done commenting, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, not quite an hour and a half in the freezer. Cheers.